Hello students of Standard 10th. Welcome to DAV Moyle Public School. I'm your English teacher Jagruti Mejra. Let's begin our today's online session of English. Today we will start with the new chapter 100 Dresses Part 2. Dear students, in this lesson we will come across many new words. Here are their meaning. Listen closely means listen with attention. Damp and dismal means wet and sad. Here, expressing a state of hopelessness. Forbidding means unfriendly or threatening in nature. To make amends means to show that one is sorry by doing something else. Picking on someone means criticizing someone. Now let us start the story. Everyone was having a look at the amazing drawings Vanda had drawn and admiring it when the monitor of the class brought a piece of note for Miss Masson. Miss Masson read that note multiple times as she couldn't believe what was written in it. Finally, she decided to gather the class to read it aloud and clear. It was a letter from Vanda Petrovsky's dad. She silenced for a while, which created tension in the minds of her students. She adjusted her spectacles, which made it clear how important that note is. She began reading it, and everybody listened to it very carefully. Dear teacher, my Vanda will not come to school anymore. Jake also. Now we moved away to big city. No more holler Polak. No more ask why funny name. Plenty of funny names in the big city. Yours truly, Jan Petronsky. After hearing what was there in that letter, everyone was speechless. Miss Masson too was shunned, and thus she cleared her glasses, wore them again, and spoke to the class in low voice. She conveyed her disappointment to the class and asked them to ensure her that nothing was done purposefully to hurt Vanda. She gave the children benefit of doubt that everything they did was done unintentionally. She said, whatever happened was sad and unfortunate. She advised the students to introspect about it too. Everyone began thinking about what was written in that letter and how each one of them had made Vanda feel. In their first period, Maddie couldn't concentrate on her studies as she felt sick for not stopping Peggy at right time. Had Sean stopped Peggy from playing the dress game with Vanda, things would have been different. Although Maddie never teased Vanda, but not did she stop Peggy from doing it, which makes her just as bad as maybe worse. Peggy's intentions were never to hurt Vanda, but she was not aware that her game hurting her feelings. Maddie, on the other hand, was aware that its impact, yet she stood silent, which made a coward for not standing against what's wrong. That day after the school had ended, Peggy asked Maddie if they could go and check if Vanda had moved or not. Maddie was satisfied that the thought that they both had same plans of apologizing to Vanda. Both of them hurried to Boggins Heights, the place where Vanda lived, in order to find her. During that season, the place was generally wet and the atmosphere was sad and hopeless. Peggy tries to comfort herself by murmuring that at least she didn't call her a foreigner because she was an immigrant. Neither did she make her feel different for having an unfamiliar name. She was always in this delusion that Vanda had no idea that those girls were making fun of her. Above all, Vanda is such a great artist too. Maddie, on the other hand, couldn't say a word. What she hoped for is a chance to confess, make amends, appreciate her, and try to stop her from moving away. In fact, she never thought of conveying her idea to protect Vanda if anyone tried to trouble her in any way. In order to reach the place before night, they hurried. They saw a white little house up there, which they thought was a place where Vanda Petronsky lived. The house and its surroundings were shabby but clean, just like Vanda's worn out blue dress. Thin bunches of grass grew along the path that led to the house. They resembled thin kittens. No one could be seen around the house. They knocked both at the front and the backyard, but to their disappointment there was no answer. Now the Petronskis had gone, and along with them Maddie and Peggy's last chance to make amends too. In order to comfort herself, Peggy started saying that Vanda must have looked for the drawing inspiration only after she started her dress game. Maddie also tried to convince her after what Peggy said, and that is the case, she doesn't have to feel so bad. But later that night she couldn't sleep as she was thinking constantly about Vanda's little house, her faded blue dress, both shabby but clean, and her glorious 100 dresses that all were lined up in the classroom. Finally, she sat in her bed and started thinking deeply and hardest she had ever done. She pressed her forehead tight in her hands, which indicated that she was really trying to concentrate. After thinking so much so deeply, she came to the conclusion that she will always stand against the wrongs and will never say nothing when she has to. She decided that she would never let anyone make fun of others because of their appearance, name, clothes, or where they came from. She would not shy to speak up against Peggy, even if it meant losing her friendship. She could not go to in the past to make amends with Vanda, no matter how much she wanted to. But now on, she will never going to let another person feel embarrassed or unhappy. So dear students, here we end our today's session. We will continue this chapter in our next session. Now let us quickly recapitulate what we studied today. The lesson begins with all the students of room number 13 having a look at the wonderful drawings of Vanda Petronsky. Only then a note is received by Miss Masson from Vanda's father informing that none of his two children will attend the school as they were moving to a big city where no one would judge them or for their names. Miss Masson was left short and conveyed her disappointment to the class. Maddie was affected by this letter of Vanda's father. She instantly developed an urge to apologize to Vanda. Peggy and Maddie, the two best friends, rushed to Boggin's Heights, hoping that the family hadn't moved yet. But to their dismay, there was no sign of life in and around the house. Maddie lost her sleep, thinking what a coward she is who couldn't stand against the wrong. That day, she decided that she will never let anyone tease someone like that again. Dear students, based on our today's session, here are some questions for you. Have a nice day. Thank you.